Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Heronbrook Farm Kitchen. It is fantastic to have you here as always, and today we're going to make a simple French classic. We're going to make crème brûlée. Okay, let's talk about crème brûlée. Absolutely delicious little pot of joy. You got eggs, you got sugar, you got cream, you got a bit of vanilla, and that's about it. Brought together, tiny little ramekin. It's very rich. It's absolutely delicious. Let's jump in and take a look at the ingredients. Okay, let's talk ingredients. Very simple, very straightforward. You're going to need the yolks from 4 medium to large eggs. You're going to need 400 millilitres of double cream, 80 grams of caster sugar, and a good squeeze of vanilla paste or vanilla extract or the seeds from a vanilla pod. And then lastly, you're going to need some demerara sugar or indeed some caster sugar at the end to sprinkle over the top to give it that amazing caramel topping. So let's jump in and get them combined. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to separate the eggs, which some people find difficult. The simplest way to do it, frankly, is just to break the eggs into a bowl like that. Ever so easy. Just be careful not to break the yolks. And then what we can do then is fish in with our hands and pull these out. So we're going to make this in a food blender. You can do it in a bowl and use a hand whisk, or you could use the stand mixer, but this is the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to go straight in with all of that cream. I'm going to go and give a good squeeze of vanilla paste, probably about 2 teaspoons. If you're interested, I'm going to go in with all of the caster sugar. And now for the messy bit, I'm going to fish in with my hands. And I'm literally, looks a bit disgusting, I know, but it's just the easiest way to do it. Going to fish out the yolks, and I'm going to pop them in. Look how fresh they are. Amazing, beautiful colour as well. So we just separate them in our fingers like that. You can tip them from hand to hand if you want. Drop them in there. Get rid of the egg white. Obviously we can save the egg white. We can use that to make a beautiful meringue later. I'm just going to wash my hands. Okay, so incredibly straightforward. I'm going to go on top of the mixer. Make sure that's on securely. You want to cover the top and just turn it on. So we're not trying to get masses of air into this, but a little bit of air will make the cream a little bit lighter. So that's it. Couldn't be easier. Going to need some ramekins. This is quite a rich dessert, so my advice is don't make your ramekins too big. The ones that you quite often see in the shops are this sort of size. I can assure you, if you push in a creme brulee of this size, you're going to feel it in your stomach. Right, so all we do now is pour this beautiful, delicious mixture in. There we go, looks amazing. So what I'm going to do now is just get a little oven dish. So the oven has been preheating to 200 degrees. I've just turned it off because it makes an awful racket. I'm just going to sit these in this metal tray. Just like that, incredibly easy. We're going to get some boiling water in here. We're going to cover it with foil and we're going to get it in the oven. Okay, so being careful not to pour the boiling water into the ramekins, we're just going to pour some water in here. We want to come about halfway up, I guess. Not very much of a precise science. Like that. Spread them out. We're going to cover this with foil. Just like that, and we will get it in the oven. So as I said earlier, oven's been preheated to 200 degrees. We're going to leave it at 200 degrees. I've just put it on the middle shelf and it will sit there quite happily for 30 minutes and then we'll get it out. Okay, that's it, time's up. Let's get it out of the oven. Look at that. Wowza. Absolutely beautiful. So they have puffed up, that's quite normal. They will shrink back down again once they cool. What we're going to do now is carefully transfer them to a different tray. Trying not to drip water into them. There we go. So I'm going to put this tray in the fridge over there, and they need to chill for at least an hour before we do the topping, but they can stay in the fridge right until you're ready to serve them. Okay, 2 hours has passed, they're out of the fridge, they're looking absolutely beautiful, nice and chilled. So next stage is just to brulee them, which is a pretty straightforward process. We just get a bit of demerara sugar, you can use caster sugar. I normally do about 2 teaspoons, and then if you just shake it out on the table, get a nice even layer, and then you're going to need a cook's blowtorch. Just turn that on, and we are just going to use that to melt the sugar on the top. We want it to slightly caramelise and go slightly dark. Happy days, set that to one side, and it's simply a case of going around and doing them all. Oh, that burnt caramel smells absolutely delicious. So as I say, just give it a shake, make sure that the sugar is spread out nicely across the surface, and you will have absolutely no problems whatsoever bruleeing that. And of course, if this is a bit puny for you, you can always go for the big boy out of the workshop, which makes altogether much quicker work with getting that job done. Quite loud, quite noisy. There we are. So you can get yourself one of these from the kitchen shop, probably cost you about £20, or you can go to the DIY store and get yourself one of these bad boys, which will make it all happen an awful lot quicker. So all we do now is just allow these to cool down a little bit. We'll pop them back in the fridge for 5 minutes or so, and then they will be ready to serve. Okay, let's take a look. They look absolutely fabulous. They smell amazing. Lovely crisp top. Oh, look at that. Absolutely fabulous. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, it's crunchy and then soft, vanilla-y, absolutely delicious. I've said it before in this kitchen and I'm going to say it again. How can something so incredibly simple, a little bit of cream, some eggs, some sugar and some vanilla, be so unbelievably delicious? But this is just the simplest, quickest and most impressive dessert you can put on the table. You're going to absolutely love it. I do hope you've enjoyed following along today. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.